Impromptunes acknowledges that this podcast is recorded on the traditional lands of the Bunurong peoples of the Kulin Nation. We pay our respects to elders past, present and emerging and celebrate their enduring connections to country, knowledge and stories.
Impromptunes, 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 imprompt. Do you hear the people improvising?
Good people of the world, thanks for tuning in to Impromptunes, the completely improvised musical podcast. Now here they are, the cast of Impromptunes.
G'day, it's Emmet Nichols. I'm so pleased to be back in the studio. It's one of my favourite places to be because I get to have so much fun with my fine friends who are currently doing the strangest of movements, and we're in a little bit of a different setup today for reasons that you'll find out as the introduction continues. But in the studio today we have the one and the only Teresa Ewan.
What's up?
What's up? Do you remember that thing?
Yes, I do.
You know, I watched Scream the other night for the first time in a while.
I watched it the other night as well.
Really? What date?
Oh, no, it wouldn't be the same. I think it's about a month ago.
Yeah, mine was about 2-3 weeks ago. Why'd you watch it?
Because the new one's coming out.
Yes, or it has come out.
Has it? Oh, it has come out.
Yeah.
Or will have come out.
It's out on, the movie came out, but I think the movie came out already and people said it was good. Maybe it's coming to streaming services.
Oh, maybe. I haven't seen it.
Oh, okay,
I
neither.
will.
I've heard it's very good. Have you not? Are you worried?
No. That was my excited face, which is so millimeters away from my worried face.
Is it sort of like an apprehensive sort of excited? Are you like, I'm excited, but I don't want to get too excited?
I'm excited, but I'll be scared.
Yeah, well, it is scary.
Saying. Yeah.
Someone else who's very scary is Alexia Brinsley.
Hey, what's up?
What's up?
I cannot pull that off.
Probably shouldn't, is more to the point.
What's up? Easier one.
It's really great to see you, Alexia. I did hear a scary story about you because you're such a lovely bundle of energy as a human, but then as a fitness instructor, apparently you're a demon.
Your workmate came into my class, didn't they?
My workmate. Oh yeah, she did. Shout out to Renee if you're listening.
Hey Renee, loved you on the treadmill.
Loved you on the treadmill. So were you mean to her? I haven't heard any negative.
No, it was an extra hard class. There were lots of hills.
Oh, okay.
Hill
and
sprints.
Just for people who maybe have never sort of been into a gym per se, what is how do they make hills out of treadmills is what I'm asking.
Well, there's
tread hills maybe?
Tread hills, yeah. There's a gradient and they're really smart treadmills. A touch screen, they react really quickly.
And so the floor of the treadmill actually moves up.
It goes down and up. You can run downhill at this gym.
Wow,
and
that sounds amazing.
The gradient is just like a percentage of an altitude.
Incline,
so
yeah.
I like to get people to base camp, which is 22.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, so you can change it to an actual altitude.
Yeah, I did the math of, which by me doing math is me Googling.
Yeah, I love that. That's how most people do math these days.
And base camp is a gradient of 22, so I have them walk and then run up there.
Wow. Well, there you go. You heard it here first. How treadmills create inclines and all described orally. So perhaps not able to be discerned by the listener. Something that probably can be discerned by the listener is the fabulous special guest who's actually playing the keyboard for us, and her name is Martine Wengrow.
Hi.
Here she is. Do you want to give your fingers a round of applause? Amazing. Hi, Martine. It's such a treat to have you here in the studio. Thank you.
Hi, it's very exciting to be here. My first time with Impromptu.
Yes, so we've been kind of courting Martine for a little while. She came to a rehearsal with us.
Drawn to the peacocks.
Yeah, that's it. Beautiful plumage. We had you to a rehearsal before Comedy Festival.
That's right.
Sort of in the sad event that maybe we had someone fall victim to COVID. We would have been terribly saddened to introduce Martine to the show.
I'm ready, coach.
You're ready, coach. She's just on the bench, ready to
Put me in, coach. Put me in.
So here we go. How are you feeling, Martine?
Excited?
Yes.
Happy? Impressed by your studio.
Oh, thank you.
It's gorgeous.
We've worked hard on it. And so, Martine, people may not know you and your works, but you're basically MD, composer, music, like vocal director. Like you're a bit of a, get it done with anyone. Sort of is my impression.
Yeah, a few strings to the bow. I think to be a full-time musician, you kind of have to have a few things on the go. So yeah, lots of musical theatre and now comedy, which is super fun.
So this is a new sort of sidestep, I suppose, away from maybe musicals and into the strange world of comedy.
Absolutely. And for me, I mean, working in professional musical theatre, there's a massive... What's that? It's back!
Yes.
Buy the tickets, it's back!
It is.
Where there is a lot of importance on professionalism, consistency, and don't make mistakes. Whereas in improv, you get to do whatever your heart tells you and get to work with other people who are also doing that, and it's absolutely refreshing, and I love it.
And mistakes being such a joyful part of what we do, so much of like an entire show can be directed by just one slightly misspoken line. So I was just going to say, if you can hear some music underscoring right now, Martine is actually taking a break and standing at the microphone, but Morgan, our tech, who's also in the room, might be doing some of his magic and getting some, I don't know, maybe it's just silent and you're like, what are you talking about?
Hope it's just a soft triangle or something.
Need more cowbell.
Yes.
And so, Martine, you actually crossed paths with a couple of our cast members a long time ago, back in 2017, in Paris. Was it a Rock Odyssey?
Yeah, that's right.
And we had, I think, Morgan was in there. Was Jack O'Reilly there? Yeah. Isabella Villette.
That's right.
And I believe Isaac Hayward was also involved.
Yeah, he was the MD.
There we go.
I was the MD.
So you've got the
All the important ones.
I'm not sure if you could...
I disagree.
Oh, these new kids on the block.
People may not have heard Morgan go all the important ones, which is what I was disagreeing to.
So what's that, where does that kind of sit in your journey? You obviously, worked with Isaac Hayward there and then...
I'm trying to think if that was the first thing I did with Isaac.
Right.
Not sure. We've been friends a long time. Sort of, kind of in the middle, really. I've been working my way around either musical theatre or cabaret or even in like teaching circles for about sort of 10, 12 years. The Rock Odyssey, I knew a lot of the producers on that one, and I actually signed on before knowing that Isaac was a part of it.
Right.
So it was glorious to get to know him better, and obviously
the
family.
Second best redhead in the show, Morgan Phillips,
and learn a lot from some of the big greats. So that was a really interesting and very intense time. Where I juggled a lot. So I was chorus master for that one, and I also ended up playing in the band, which was wonderful.
What is a chorus master and how do I get to be one immediately?
So I was responsible for training up, rehearsing the chorus, so the ensemble voices of which we had about for Morgan, help
because
me out,
there was
40? I don't remember.
There were some leads who were, singing most of the stuff, and then
That's
there was
right.
almost like a choir.
Exactly, the chorus. Yeah, exactly. Not the Greek chorus. Well, I guess it was kind of like a Greek chorus, really.
I mean, probably exactly like a Greek chorus, except they weren't Greek.
Yeah.
A Trojan chorus.
Morgan, you're not in this
That's
intro.
right.
Stop chiming in.
That's not me.
Just because I don't know how well you'll be heard. He said a Trojan chorus, so a tricky chorus that sort of surprises you in your house and then starts jumping out and singing at you.
Jumping out of the horse that you might have.
Yeah,
Yes.
a lot like impromptunes actually. Now, and so since then you're now sort of entering the world of comedy and through Andy McClellan, who did a show. He's engaged to our lovely Louisa Fitzharding, and he also performs in Spontaneous Broadway, our arch nemesis and rival.
Ooh.
And tell us about that experience.
Well, I've, funnily enough, met Andy probably 10 years ago when I was doing front of house for Comedy Festival.
Oh, wow.
And watching everyone going, God, I wish
and just
I could do
stalked him
that.
for 10 years until he relented.
Do you know what? Not quite. We have a few sort of mutual friends, and one of them being Jill Cosgriff, who said to Andrew when he had an idea, hey, you should look at Martine Wengrow sort of midnight and somewhere in December.
Very
2018, 19, I can't even remember now. He said, hey, I've got this Gilbert and Sullivan parody I want to do. Do you want to do it? And I was like, yeah, sure.
Just
That's something different.
Because it tickles you, the idea.
Yeah, and yes, that and he's very charismatic.
Yeah.
And the passion with which he sort of
sold,
pitched this to me, I went, this could be fun. And so it became this interesting journey and really, really fun collaboration because he had this full 2.5 hour operetta written because all the music's out of copyright.
Right.
And I went, cool. So how do we don't just want to like do a 1 hour version for comedy festival or festivals do it. He said, no. So we made it as we were pitching a show which happens to be written to a funding body. And so that's the audience. The audience become the Australia Council. And Andrew and I essentially perform all of the characters in different snippets and take apart some of the more problematic aspects of Gilbert and Sullivan.
Surely not.
Things like colonialism and heteronormativity and racism. And anyway, so it started off as just kind of Andy talking with a few songs, but now it's kind of both of our show.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of singing and there's some costumes and there's
very cool.
There's all sorts of there's clogs on stage. I solder things on stage, and Andy being his wonderful.
You solder things.
I get to solder on stage.
Yeah.
Literally.
Very cool.
Stage magic. And Andy does what he does best and absolutely shines because it is his baby. It is really his baby, and he actually sells copies of the full libretto at the end of the show,
And
hoping someone will take. Yes, he does.
Ah, very cool.
Hoping someone will pick it up.
Well, at the time of recording, Impromptu's most recent musical, or perhaps second most, is Flash Pants, the musical, in which Alexia learned to unweld from Teresa, actually. And so soldering, they obviously do have their place in the musical, as it turned out.
How topical.
Well, lovely. So
all the soldering and welding we did was real.
Yeah.
Live in the studio.
So, Martine, we're going to do an improvised musical with you now.
Okay.
Something that you haven't done before?
Not really. A little bit here and there with the big hoo-ha.
Yes, of course.
That's really
So the big hoo-ha, we're just doing plugging all our friends basically today.
Pretty much.
The big hoo-ha does a regular Friday night show where they do a 10-minute segment called Sing About It, which you might see Martine play at from time to time, or some of the other Impromptu's cast members. But here we are today to do a 40-minute improvised musical. We're very excited to have Martine Wengrow in the studio.
Woo.
Martine, thanks for the chat. We'll let you find your position in the keys. You might get a little bit of noise here, so I'm going to stop talking. Okay, we're back. We've got all the microphones in position and a hilarious bit of stage business, but Martine's ready at the keyboard. Alexia's having a little sip of water. I might do the same in a sec. But first, I got to do something very important, which is today I'm going to use the word swizzle through the bowl of destiny. That's because our recent podcast guest Sweeney taught us about the swizzle effect on the, Alexia knows, on the PowerPoint. Okay, enough plugging of friends. I'm drawing a title from the Bowl of Destiny, and we'll be making up a musical tonight with special guest Martine Wengrow. It is called... We are drawing through the Bowl of Destiny, and I have found... High School Musical, The Reprise.
I've been waiting for this.
By Emily Shepherd. And she's put that through on the Impromptu's website.
Oh, so official,
How
Emily.
classy, Emily. Thank you, Emily, for this definitely litigious High School Musical, The Reprise. Or some people say Reprise, but I think it sounds too wanky. Martine probably knows what it's... Yeah.
Reprise.
It's official. It's Reprise. All right. We're going to start in just a sec with a hard start. Teresa, are you ready?
I'm so ready.
Alexia, are you ready?
I am so ready.
Morgan's ready, and Martine is about to get us started with High School Musical, The Reprise. Yeah, it's hard to believe that you couldn't see how cool we are at school. Yeah, it's hard to believe that we're so cool that we make our enemies drool.
Yeah, it's hard to believe that you couldn't see how beautiful we are. Yeah, it's hard to believe that you couldn't see that I'm gonna be the star.
Too cool, but just cool enough for school. Too cool, but just cool enough for school. Sing it again.
Too cool, but just cool enough for school. Too cool,
but just
cool enough for school. Come one and come all, and watch us bounce the basketballs. Come one and come either, and watch out, cool cheerleaders.
Yeah, we're all in different groups, but sure, we're all just kind of the same. If we follow Troy's dad's sage advice to get your head in the game.
'Cause we're too cool, too cool, too cool, but just cool enough for high school. Too cool, too cool, too cool, but just cool enough for school.
Too cool, too cool, too cool, but just cool enough for school. Too cool, too cool, too cool, but just cool enough for school. I don't know if anybody knows or if anybody around has heard, but I'm part of the coolest group, and we're smart and we are known as the nerds.
Yeah, I don't know if anybody knows who I am, but surely they will real soon. I'm the new kid who's just arrived, and I might as well have come straight from the moon.
Too cool,
too cool, too cool,
but just
cool enough for school. Too cool, too cool, too cool,
but just
cool enough for school. Too cool, too cool, too cool, but just cool enough for school. Too cool, too cool, too cool, but just cool enough, yeah, cool enough for school. Okay, Gabriella, have you got the pram?
Yeah, Troy, I got it.
Yeah, I'm
I
gonna
always
pretend
get the
that our
pram.
baby's a basketball.
Just, like your basketball, get your head in the game this time. We gotta get her to preschool on time, Troy.
Come on, you're always making me get to places on time, Gabriella.
Yeah, you've really slacked off the last 10 years.
You know, I used to be starting forward at East High School.
Yeah, I used to have dreams of being a mathlete, and, that never happened.
We both had to give it up for parenting.
Oh, God.
Oh man, those were some good times. Gabriella, don't you remember?
I remember just like it was yesterday, Troy.
Hey, what's this? An invitation to our 10-year high school reunion.
Oh, God.
We probably won't have time.
No, Troy, I think we've got to make time for this.
Nah, you're always telling me to make time, Gabriella.
We got to see the Clang again. We got to see Sharpe and
Her brother
her
Ryan,
brother Ryan.
I think.
Oh, God.
It's so hard to remember everybody now. But there's that guy who made the lemon sorbet or whatever.
Yeah, and
Lemon lime brulee, creme brulee.
the guy who liked to skateboard. Yeah, and played the cello, that guy.
Oh, that guy. Oh,
Zeke.
man. Zeke,
Yeah,
yeah, of course.
Oh, I love Zeke.
Oh man, I haven't caught up with him for so long. That'd be so cool. Hey, you never had a thing with that nerd, did ya? From the mathlete team.
No, Troy.
You know, Garmont.
Garmont? No.
Yeah,
Troy.
the French exchange student.
Garmont and I, we had a connection that was wild beyond our high school years.
You
but
probably regret
it was, no.
falling for some physical guy who didn't have a brain. I'm like the scarecrow from Wizard of Oz. You should have waited around for your lion.
For that lioness of a Frenchman, Garmont.
A lioness, you say?
Oh, yeah. He just had this feminine energy I loved about him.
See, I don't have any of that. I'm so hetero with my basketballing. I'm a terrible dad.
You're a great dad, Troy, and you know what? I think when we go back to this reunion, everyone's going to agree. They're going to be like, hey, you're just as cool as you were in high school.
You reckon?
You're just as hot as you were in high school.
You reckon?
Yeah, sure.
In high school, yeah, I was the best. I was better than the rest. Everyone around me was a bit of poop, and I was the one who put it through the hoop. They were all such fools, and I was the king of high school. But it all went away when I started acting in that play. The arts is not a way to raise the funds. Yeah, sure, they're fun, but there are no funds. The arts are no way to raise the funds. Yeah, sure, they are fun, but they won't raise the funds. Yeah, I was in the zone, Now I'm all alone. I was such a cool fella. Now all I have is Gabriella. I was so damn crazy. Now all I have's this baby. I've made the biggest crime. Now I'm always making up for lost time. The arts are no way to raise any funds. Yeah, sure they are fun, but they don't raise the funds. The arts are no way to raise any funds. Yeah, sure they are fun, but they don't raise the fun. If I go back to school, I will be a joke. Everyone will say, who is this washed out bloke? And I will be the one that they say is totally lame. I don't have a career 'cause I stopped playing the basketball game. The arts are no way to raise any funds. Yeah, sure they are fun, but they don't raise any funds. The arts are no way to raise any funds. Yeah, sure they are fun, I say. Sure they are fun, I say. Sure they are fun, but they don't raise any funds.
Well, it isn't Troy, the jock who turned to music.
Oh my God, is it you, Garmont? You've been haunting my dreams for the last 10 years, man. I thought you were going back to Paris at the end of the year.
I did go back to Paris, and then I got the snail mail saying, ha, it's time to come back for your high school reunion.
Oh, so you've been away this whole time and now you're back?
Yes, I have.
You came back overseas just for this?
Yes.
Oh man,
I abandoned the croissants and the beauty of Paris to come back to find my one true love.
Sharpe Evans? You better say Sharpe Evans or I'm gonna smash your lights out.
Garmont. Wow. You haven't changed a bit.
No, I haven't.
Garmont, you probably remember my lovely wife, Gabriella.
How could I forget those flashing eyes, that beautiful smile, that radiance, and your affinity with numbers, and the way you're actually really attracted to a tiny little man with glasses, a beret, and a small, tiny pinstripe suit.
I can't believe you're still wearing the same stupid beret.
I can't believe you still fit the same stupid beret.
For you, Troy, it's cultural.
Your head hasn't got big and fat like mine. I can't wear any of the hats I wore in high school now. Look at this. My baseball cap doesn't even go on my fat head.
I've noticed you are wearing it with the little thing through the epaulette in your sports jacket. Stylish, but also a little bit too joke for me.
Well, it's the only way it stays on, you see.
Uh-huh. Yes. Well, your head may have gotten a bit bigger, but it appears that your brain has not.
What are you trying to say?
I'm trying to say you're stupid.
I learned how to parent, and that's the hardest job that there is.
That's okay. No, I give you that.
You agree with that?
Yes. No, that I feel.
Oh man, it's the first time we've ever seen eye to eye, Garmont.
I know.
But if you want to see eye to eye, then you're good at numbers. Count this number, 2. That's how many people are in this relationship with me and my wife Gabriella.
Well, I'm gonna have to lower my eyes to a different level so we're no longer eye to eye, because maybe a different number 1 could be going into your number 2. But not making it 3. I'm minusing 1 and then adding another 1.
I'm not gonna lie, with all the maths and the accent, I'm having trouble following you.
Let me make it a little clear to you.
All right, thanks.
1 plus 1 is 2, 2, 2, 2. But you can minus the 1 and add 1 to make another 2, 2, 2, 2. And Gabrielle is a lady who likes a little class. So I'm gonna math you right onto your juggy ass. Who is number 1? Not a number 2. Who is number 1? It's the right number 1 for you, Miss Gabrielle. house divided is half of what it was. And when you times it by a little ennui, you can see the sum is only saying one thing. It's time for just a little number fling. Who is number one? I'm not number two.
No.
I'll have a number one. Number one, my number one is you, Gabrielle. Sha sha sha, shoo-be-doo, sha sha sha.
Listen here,
Sha sha sha.
Garmont, you're not the one she wants. Just go back to Paris and eat a jam and cream croissants. You are not the one that Gabriella likes. Just go back to Paris and go and ride on your French bike. 'Cause who is number one? And I'm not number two.
You'll be surprised to find you might be.
Number one. I'm the one for her, and it's not you. Who is number one? I'm not number two.
I could be the number one. I'll be the number one, Gabrielle, for you.
Not you. I'm out of here. Oh man, Sharpe, what are you doing here? I just need a moment.
Hi.
Hi, Sharpe.
I'm sorry, I'm a bit nasal. I had another nose job.
Wow, it makes you look really good.
Oh, wow. Well,
It's hard to believe that I couldn't see your face through your nose back then.
a lot of people said that, which is why I had the work done. I just want to say to you, Troy, I really think it's so hot the way you're wearing your cap attached to your shoulder epaulette of your sports jacket.
Man, why does everyone keep talking about that?
It's just so unique, you know, and that was you. You were always that guy who was like a little bit jock, a little bit artsy, very chiseled.
I wasn't always artsy. I used to be full jock, and that's when it all fell apart, to be honest. Arts is farts. My basketball co-stars were right. Arts is farts.
I totally agree with you, and
Really? You gave up on the arts as well? You used to be the lead in all of the musicals, as I'm sure you know.
I am 100% remembering all of that, but then Gabrielle came and dulled my light.
That's right.
She took away my reason for living.
Wait a second. Gabriella did the same thing to me as well.
I don't say the A in her name as a disrespect.
I don't say the first A. I call her Gabriella now.
Gabriella, that was great. I wish I thought of that in high
Yeah,
school.
it sounds like a goober because she's snotty, and Arts is fart and Gabriella's a snot.
Gabriella Smabriella.
No, she's not, actually. I shouldn't talk about my wife that way. I'm sorry.
Oh, you got married.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Oh.
Yeah, I was, totally in love with her, and, I still am, but it's just hard sometimes. Sometimes I just wonder if
Are you okay
this
over
is
there?
the start of something new.
Are you just referring to that list in your pocket of all the songs that used to be?
It's the start of something new. And Sharpe, I wanna start something with you.
It's the start.
Your singing voice hasn't changed.
It's the start of something new. I want to start. Troy, something with you.
With your acting skill and mine, with our powers combined, we can work to a mighty cause.
With my flair, we could take it anywhere. I know that you and me could be stars.
They say that arts is farts, but it's time to start to take Garmont apart with the arts. They say that arts is farts, but it's time to start to Garmont apart with the arts. You see, if you and I work together, we can create a ruse that Garmont will surely get totally confused by. We'll take him down with our acting passion, and then he'll leave this country in a fast fashion.
Tell to show him, teach a lesson. Garmont always ignored me, and time for me to get revenge on him, 'cause I know that French is not.
They say that arts is farts, but it's time to start to take Garmont apart with the arts. They say that arts is farts, but it's time to start to take Garmont apart with the arts. With the arts.
Hey, Sharpe, I just saw you with Troy before singing.
Yeah, what of it, Ryan?
In the garden. Well, I just, it kind of made me feel a bit sad. So I like it when we sing duets together, and just seeing you sing with someone else was quite confronting. You've always been my sister and my duet partner and my best friend, my mentor.
I know, and that time we did the at-home version of Romeo and Juliet, and I was Romeo and you were Juliet.
We cut to that scene in front of their parents. The love scene.
No. Oh, you really did.
I am, but hold me one more time before I perish.
Okay, I will doth hold you, and then I'll take the poison doth too, and then we'll die together in a grave. We should kiss. It says on the script we should kiss.
Okay.
Mum and Dad, can we kiss?
That is such a good idea. Oh yes, that would be awesome.
Okay, let's go in.
We're so proud of you. Yeah, you guys are amazing.
Yeah, I always hold those memories so fondly, Sharpe. But you know what? It's okay. You know, coming to a 10-year reunion has made me realise that I need to grow up from high school a little bit and grow up from, I don't know, living in your shadow. Maybe it's Ryan's time to shine. Maybe it's Ryan's time to trot to the top. What? Yeah, I think it's Ryan's time to trot to the top.
No.
Yeah.
Where?
That's
No,
right.
Ryan.
I'm going.
What about us? What about me?
I've always followed what to do by watching you.
Hey everybody, there's an announcement from the football team. Let's go in there.
All right, get the balls around me, dance in a circle, boys.
Everybody leave the room that guy's in and come watch the football thing.
Gabriella,
Yeah, Garmont.
please have champagne for me. I will pour it for you. Glug, glug, glug. in
God, it's
French
the way you
style.
say champagne, you know. I
Yes.
finally understand how words are pronounced when I'm around you.
No, I'm very French.
There's no Americanisms. It's incredible.
No, because I'm from France.
When I think of you and our memories, I just think of chemistry, because we sat together in chemistry.
I know, and I think of physical things, because we were in physics.
Yeah, we did the PE together
And
as well.
PE
Yeah,
also.
physical
So
exercise.
double physical.
Yeah.
Double.
I just think of wetness, because we used to swim together too.
Oh, no.
God.
I think of... I can't think of anything now. You've cleared my brain with your sensual ways and your reminiscences of our time together. How did you choose Troy? He seemed like such an opposite to you, whereas you and I both love maths and the arts and baguettes and holding hands while watching art movies by Ingmar Bergman.
I know, I made a lot of pros and cons lists, Garmont, that never quite made it to the film, but they were there, and they were plentiful, but there was just something that Troy always had, and
Was it the muscles?
it was some muscles as well. It was also just an intuition and just opposites attract, you know. I'll never get over Troy. And I don't have to get over Troy, because Troy's my husband. And I'm sure he's thinking of me right now.
You know, Sharpe, I just feel like Gabriella and I are just opposites, And that's what attracts. And that's how you're going to have to attract Garmont away from my wife.
Oh, yeah, totally, because we have no chemistry, and so no one's going to believe that.
No.
So, what's the opposite? You know what? I am the opposite of Garmont.
Perfect. You can just play yourself.
Great.
It's a role you are born to play.
100%. Everyone goes, my acting teacher said, use yourself as the canvas.
You know what they say about opposites? There's a North Pole and the South Pole of the magnet, and they attract, and then they go away from each other, but they always end up coming back.
There's a North Pole, there's a South Pole, there's an East and there's a West. But you'll always come back to each other if you pass all of your tests.
It's like a magnet, together we're slapping up against each other. Like a magnet, together we're slapping up against each other. Like a magnet, together we're slapping up against each other. Like a magnet, together we're slapping up against each other. There's a north and there's a south, and the plus and the minus is going south. And then who's that? Oh, there. She looks completely different. Look her stare.
There's a shirt and there's a pants, and there's the opposites, but without them no chance to get together like the midriff does, and it has the time of its life. Dance break.
Oh, hello.
Yeah.
Hi, Garmont.
Yeah.
Wildcats in the air.
I got it now. Like a magnet, together we're slapping up against each other. Like a magnet, together we're slapping up against each other. Like a magnet, together we're slapping up against each other. Like a magnet, together
We're slapping up against each other. Like a mouse and a bear, we don't have a care.
Like a negative and a positive, we always got to live with this.
like cheese and jam, it's Travis.
Like ice and water, they're gonna make a daughter.
Like a key into a lock, and you just better forget to knock.
A door and a hinge, and that's gonna be the binge.
Like a beret on a big French head, going two together, that's what I said. Like a magnet, together we're slapping up against each other. Like a magnet, together we're slapping up against each other. Like a magnet, together
We're
we're slapping up against each other. Like a magnet, together we're slapping up against each other.
Hey, Gabriella, I've been meaning to talk to you about something.
Oh, Troy, I've been meaning to talk to you as well.
I was just in the auditorium with Ryan, and he did this amazing moment. Everyone else was doing the football thing, but I just needed some fresh air, and oh man, he just changed my mind about everything. He blew my mind.
Gosh, I thought you'd never change your mind on him,
Pardon me, Gabrielle, but we were having a who is this? Vision. Hi. How are you? I'm Sharpe. I don't know if you remember me from drama club. Oh, I do remember you. I remember how beautiful you were upon the stage, wearing your beautiful slightly off-pink dress. You may not have been the lead in the High School Musical, but you were lead to me.
What were you gonna say, honey?
Oh, I was just gonna say I was having a chat to Garmont, and
Oh, that guy is still going on to Sharpe.
Oh, and then I said, oh, wow, the way she did, she could have almost been like a Romeo and a Juliet.
I said to him, I remembered you from chemistry, and I just kept going back to all these memories, and it got me kind of comparing the two of you. Not in a bad way, but kind of in a bad way.
Well, it's okay to compare. I mean, that's the first thing we learned in drama school.
Is to compare each other.
Yeah, to compare so that you can learn.
Yeah. And, well, what I realized is...
I didn't compare to shit. I'm useless.
Well, yeah. Sorry, Troy. I want to be with Garmont.
What? Our acting didn't work a damn, Sharpe. Farts is farts. Oh my God, Garmont's making out with Sharpe.
It's no longer acting. It's time to set Ryan free. I found my real soulmate.
I'm already free over here, Sharpe.
I love you, bro, but it's time to go and climb your own mountain.
You know, you should listen to that guy. He knows his stuff.
I just love you like a sister now.
So Gabriella, Garmont's just gone off with Sharpe, and Ryan seems to have had an existential moment. So you and I are just...
I think
we're done.
Really the wrong time to have that revelation.
No, this is perfect. I always felt that, all the drama around the mathletics and the basketball comp and the acting, it was a heightened situation. It's unrealistic for anyone to fall in love. And plus, we met when we were like 15.
17.
I was accelerated 2 grades because of basketball alone, the scholarship alone. I just bounced my way through class.
And everyone just expected us to be together because we were hot and young.
Right.
And expected us to have a baby together.
But you know what this means? We can have a separate marriage, we can co-parent the child, get 1 week on, 1 week off. It's the dream.
I think we're finally soaring
free.
and flying and soaring and flying and breaking free into something new.
We're soaring and flying and breaking into something without you. Soaring and flying and breaking free into something new. We're soaring and flying and breaking free into something without you. I was always stuck in the key, stuck trying to be the forward, trying to be me, trying to be on guard, trying to be the center, but I was a mess.
And I was always the new kid, the new girl who could get anywhere if you were by my side, but I never actually wanted to be with you. I wanted to be with myself.
We're soaring, we're flying, we're breaking free into something new. We're soaring, we're flying, we're breaking free into something without you. We're soaring, we're flying, we're breaking free into something new. We're soaring, we're flying, we're breaking free into something without you.
We're not in this together.
And it's time to get my head into a brand new game.
I'm going to stay here in America to be with you.
And
I
it's
love
time
that
for me to
it
get my
shows
head
that
again, get my
even
head
I'm
again,
together.
get my head again. We're soaring, we're flying, we're breaking free into something new. We're soaring, we're flying, we're breaking free into something without you. We're soaring, we're flying, we're breaking free into something new. We're soaring, we're flying, we're breaking free into something without you.
Goodbye, Troy Bolton.
Wildcat. Okay, there it was, Wildcats. High School Musical, The Reprise.
Wow.
Thank you, Emily Shepherd, for your suggestion. That was so much fun.
I think so many teenagers around the world would be heartbroken that they're not together.
This is the thing about life. It's long. You might have one love, you might have two, you might have no loves. And it's all fine.
Yeah, as long as you're feeling free.
And if you're feeling free but not listening for free, thank you for being a Patreon. And if you would like to not listen for free any longer and support Impromptunes, you can by $2 a month. You can help us make this studio amazing and keep putting on this wonderful art form. And if not, you can just recommend us to your friends. Give us 5 stars.
Yes.
Stars.
And maybe we can make musical sequels like High School Musical. Maybe we can do Impromptunes 2, the tuning.
All the musicals.
And Impromptunes 3, the threening.
And then Impromptunes 4.
The fawning.
Martine Wengrow was amazing on music. We will have a chat with her after, but first we're going to repeat the finale of High School Musical, The Reprise. The Reprise! We're soaring, we're flying, we're breaking free into something new. We're soaring, we're flying, we're breaking free into something without you. We're soaring, we're flying, we're breaking free into something new. We're soaring, we're flying, we're breaking free.